Heavenly Father, as we assemble here tonight, we're blessed to be meeting together. We're still not done with the coronavirus, but thanks to vaccines and some herd immunity, it's not as bad as it was last year. We thank you for the blessings of vaccines and ask for continued health. We ask for your guidance and blessing on our state and national leaders. Please bless them with a spirit of grace and cooperation as they work through many challenges. Tonight, we're here to do city business. There are bills to pay, agreements to consider, and other decisions to be made for the long-term future of our city. So we ask that you look down on those who have felt your call to be here in attendance. For the council members and staff, please bless us with quiet and considered attitudes, well thought out deliberations, and ultimately decisions that are best for all concerned. Please bless those in the audience and watching the broadcasts, the leaders of businesses and organizations who have the vision and commitment to help the city, the countless volunteers who are motivated to help, and informed citizens who have given us the privilege of their trust and support. Tonight we assemble to combine the talents that you have given us for the benefit of Oskaloosa. May the words of our mouths and the meditation of our hearts be acceptable in your sight. Amen.
Amen.
Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Burnett?
Here.
Calendar?
Here.
Dross?
Here.
Moore?
Here.
Addison? Here. Walling?
Here.
Yates?
Okay. Let's see. First, or next on the agenda is the opportunity for community comments. This item is reserved to receive comments from the community for concerns whether or not they're included on the current agenda. Community is encouraged to speak before the mayor and city council, asked to keep statements brief, time limited to no more than 3 minutes. Any questions are to be asked of the city staff, the council members, or the mayor prior to speaking to the full council, so that way concerns can be properly researched and answered away from the meeting. Comments are to be directed to the mayor and city council only. Is there anyone who would like to speak tonight? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on. Next item up is the consent agenda. These are items that are considered to be routine by the city council. They're enacted by one motion. If there is any discussion desired, we can remove that item. Do we have a motion of support for the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
I just had a question on the 28 agreement for the, what's the title of this thing? On the tobacco, meat item,
Item L.
yes. Is this, what is this really about? Is this with the police department?
Yes.
Oh,
Ben, if you want to, Chief, if you want to
Oh,
give an
okay.
update
Hi,
real quick.
good evening. This is something we've done for years. The ABD runs the program.
Okay.
So this is just seeking permission to do the standard program we've done for years. They actually pay us to go out and just check that they're not selling underage.
oh, okay.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay, any other comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Dross?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Addison? Yes. Walling?
Yes.
Burnett?
Yes.
Calendar?
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Next up is the announcement of vacancies on the regular agenda. We have one vacancy for term ending December 2021. This is on the Airport Commission. The Board of Adjustment, there's 2 vacancies for terms beginning in January of 2022. The Building Code Board of Appeals, there's 1 vacancy for a regular member and 1 for an ex officio member. Historic Preservation Commission, we have 1 vacancy for a regular member for a term ending December of 2022, 2 vacancies for regular members beginning in January of 2022, and 2 vacancies for alternate members. Those are terms ending December 2021 and December 2023. On the Library Board, we have a vacancy for a term ending in June of 2023. Mahaska County Solid Waste Commission, we have 4 vacancies. These are terms beginning in January 2022. The Municipal Housing Agency, we have 2 vacancies for terms ending in February of 2023. And Planning and Zoning Commission, there's 1 vacancy. It's for a term ending in April of 2024. Next on the agenda is to consider a motion waiving the developer's default under section 6.6 of the developer's agreement. This is only through July of 2022, and it's consistent with section 11.4 of the developers agreement. In such a waiver would not be deemed to waive a breach of any other provision or any other subsequent breach. And it's having to do with the Oskaloosa Gateway Hotel dated July 9th of 2019, and then continue authorizing certification for tax increment and payment of the economic development grant. So in essence, this has to do with a resolution done number 19-07-87 that authorized the execution of the development agreement, and it stated that by July 1st of 2020, there would be a monthly average 15 full-time equivalent employment until the termination date in order to be eligible for the economic development grants. But because of COVID-19's impact on the hospitality industry, the developer experienced a 47% occupancy rolling 12-month average, which is below the 58% projection. The current staffing level of 14 full-time equivalents is currently meeting the developer's need, and the developer is estimating that it would bump to 15 FTEs as early as July 1 of 2022, although that's subject to a lot of factors. So do we have a motion of support for waiving that?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
Just clarification, this is the second time we've done this, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
okay, but I'm fine with it, I just, thank you.
Roll call.
Moore,
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes,
Burnett,
I'm going to abstain.
Callegeri,
Yes.
Drost,
I'm abstaining as well. Thank you.
So that passes. Moving on to item B. This is to consider a resolution accepting substantial completion of the Northeast Wastewater Treatment Facility Electrical Improvements Project. Jetco Incorporated substantially completed the Northeast Wastewater Treatment Facility Electrical Improvements Project. It involved repairs and upgrades to the PLC control hardware, computer workstations, wireless network equipment, blower controls, and other electrical equipment at the Northeast Wastewater Facility. The project was inspected by Fox Engineering, and the construction work found to be acceptable, depending, of course, the completion of a punch list of items that was developed on July 21st of 2021. Final contract amount for the project was $64,024, and it's unchanged from the amount awarded at the May 18th, 2020 council meeting. So while the project is beyond the planned completion date of December 10 of 2020, Fox Engineering is now recommending assessing liquidated damages. Contractor worked with wastewater department staff continuously during the completion of the project to ensure required electrical components were operational, and they were also able to install critical components to capture flow data in the spring of 2021, which was a major goal of the project. The project had a short window for completion for this kind of work, and the contractor had significant irregularities in their ability to obtain equipment due to COVID. With City Council approval, the project will be accepted as being substantially completed on July 21 of 2021. Retainage for the project in the amount of $3,201.20 continues to be held until the completion of the punch list items and acceptance of final completion. So staff is recommending approval of the resolution accepting substantial completion. Do we have a support for that?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Coniston, Coniston,
Yes.
Walling,
yes,
Burnett,
Yes.
Callegeri,
Yes.
Drost,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item C is to consider a resolution accepting the substantial completion of the Southwest Wastewater Treatment Facility Electrical Improvements Project. So Jetco substantially completed the Southwest Wastewater Treatment Facility Electrical Improvements. So that had repairs and upgrades to the analyzer and control panels at the Southwest Wastewater Treatment Facility and to the control equipment and PLC system at the M Street Lift Station. Project was inspected by Fox Engineering. Work found to be acceptable, and the punch list was developed on July 21st of 2021. Final contract amount of $87,451, which is $18,495, which is about 27% more than the original contract amount of $68,956 that was awarded at the May 18th council meeting. And this project is also beyond the planned completion date of May 7th, 2021. Fox does not recommend assessing liquidated damage as here either. The contractor worked with wastewater department staff continuously during the completion of the project, ensuring the electrical components were operational, and they were also able to install critical components capturing the flow data in the spring of 2021, which was the major goal of the project. Contractor had significant irregularities in their ability to obtain equipment due to COVID, and so with City Council approval, the project will be accepted as having been substantially completed on July 21st of 2021. The retainage for the project, $4,372.55, will continue to be held until the completion of the punch list items and acceptance of final completion. Staff is recommending City Council approve the resolution accepting substantial completion. Do you have a motion supporting this?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion on this?
Remind me what that large change order was for, number 2, 19,000? Anybody remember?
Mayor and Council, I don't recall that one offhand.
Okay.
I would be more than happy to
No.
get you the information.
We passed it, so.
Yeah, it was done in February 1st of 2021, if that's of any help.
I can't pull it out of my brain.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you.
Okay. Any other conversation? Roll call, please.
Walling,
Yes.
Burnett,
Yes.
Calgery,
Yes.
Dross,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Odison,
I think we're having internet issues, connection issues.
She froze again.
Locked up.
Okay, I heard yes. I guess I'm the one who has to know. Okay, that passes. Okay, that gets us to the end of our regular part of the agenda. Report on items from city staff. City manager, anything?
I have nothing to report, Mayor.
Okay. City clerk, anything?
no sir, thank you.
Okay, city attorney's not here. City council members, Bob, anything?
No, sir. Thank you.
Joe?
Nothing.
Okay, Scotty?
No.
Okay.
No, sir,
Tom?
thanks.
No, sir.
Okay, I don't have anything either, so we'll move through that. Next item is to consider holding a closed session. It's under Iowa Code Section 21.5.1.I. This is to evaluate the professional competency of an individual whose appointment, hiring, performance, or discharge is being considered when necessary to prevent needless and irreparable injury to that individual's reputation, and that individual requests a closed session. Do you have a motion to go into closed session?
So moved. Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Burnett,
Yes.
Calgery,
Yes.
Dross,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Odison,
I think we're locked up again.
She must be frozen.
Yeah.
Looks froze.
I would say yes.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Walling,
Yes.
Okay, good. That passes. So we'll go into closed session at this time and dismiss the audience. Thank you. Okay, we are back in open session. In there, we had discussed that we have received the resignation of the city manager. And so at this time, what we have decided to do is to accept the resignation of the city manager, appointing Amy Miller as the interim city manager effective October 27th of 2021, and at a compensation level of $110,000 per year, prorated as she does the job. Do I have a motion of approval?
So moved. Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Dross,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Odison,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Burnett,
Yes.
Calgery,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Okay, one last item we need to talk about, I guess, is the appointment of a search firm to look for a new city manager.
I'd move that. I'd move that right away.
Now, do we want to talk about who the two firms are that we're considering at this point?
Sure. And Mayor and Council, this item was put on there pretty broadly. I didn't include the packet. I didn't include the proposals from the two firms. I did not get them until, I didn't get them both until Sunday. did only make one copy, but I will just give you a
That's
quick.
all-
That's
Just one of
one.
each?
That's all one packet.
Yeah, I read
Yep.
it today, so we're good.
And what I did is I ended up passing that information along, right or wrong. I sent them to the council members that are essentially going to be on through the election. Sorry, I don't know why I did it that way, but I just did. The idea is that the item tonight would be essentially asking you as council to give the mayor the authority to proceed with talking to a search firm, one of those two search firms, and then executing an agreement with them. Basically understanding that you all have worked together. I think you trust the mayor and a smaller committee of council to work through some of the details of what might be necessary for the recruitment to occur. The proposals are very similar in nature. They outline the expectations of what they would do. Again, not uncommon. The firms will meet with you as council, talk about what's necessary from your position as far as a vision for the position, what expectations do you have. They'll kind of work through that and develop a recruitment profile. One of them actually, I think, goes through the process of creating a job description, which we have one, but it may need to be updated. And then they start the process of advertisement. They're both going to advertise the same way. There's pretty much the uniform way of advertising for city manager jobs, and it's through the International City Managers Association, the Iowa Association of City Managers, and then you'll see it show up on different recruitment search boards with other consulting agencies. They all kind of cross over. You'll have LinkedIn, and then they will talk to their own people that they know are looking or have interest. A lot of city managers within Iowa know who's looking, who's not, just based on, it's a small knit group. We have regular training every year, so we know who's having issues, wants to move on, move up, that type of thing. So they'll tap that network as well and see if there's anyone that might be interested. Obviously, then there's a period for receiving applications. Then there's the interview process, which is typically a 2-day process. Meet and greet with the public. You'll have panel presentations or interviews with different members from the Economic Development Corporation or the Chamber, community members that are heavily involved or have interest, council members, and department directors. And then from that, there's usually a vetting process. You as council-elect would be involved in that process, would be my recommendation. And then hopefully, the conclusion would be you'd have a strong list of candidates that you could choose from, hopefully more than one, and then offer, negotiate, and yay, everybody starts over and we're happy and move on our way. So that process, as we've seen in the two proposals, vary a little bit. The one from Henson Consulting shows a target or an estimated completion date of March of 2021 for a placement of someone. The other one from Municipal Consulting LLC, Midwest Municipal, was, I think, beginning in January. I think that might be a little optimistic myself, but if she thinks that she can get it done that quickly, that's wonderful. The price differential is minimal. I think it's a $3,400 difference. I wouldn't let that be an issue. They're both capable firms, as I said in my email to all of you. And I did make a note that Midwest Consulting is the firm. Elizabeth is conducting the strategic planning process. So obviously that's going to really feed into what type of person the community is looking to have in this role. And I think that does have value. So anyways, those are the two proposals. If the council is comfortable, the idea would be, the motion would be to approve directing the mayor to proceed with execution of a contract with one of those firms. And I gave you a range. We have the pricing. So I think the low end was $11,200 or $500, and the other one was $15,000.
Plus expenses.
Plus expenses, right.
$1,500
Right.
tacked onto those two numbers.
So again, either way, I don't think you can go wrong.
I think it would behoove us if we could get going on this and pick one, and sounds like it's apples and apples, and
So you
one's
need a-
just, yeah.
You need a motion?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll make a motion to recommend Midwest to handle the recruitment of a new city manager.
I second.
Okay. Any
What do you
conversation,
think, Tom?
discussion?
Only one question. I thought you were gonna pick which one.
It's who I would pick.
Okay, great. Okay, I'm good with Joe. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think there's, there is a lot of benefit. I think a big benefit to using Midwest is since they are doing the strategic planning, and we've got that, we'll call it a retreat on the 19th, I think, timing wise and everything, looking through the questions that we've been asked as council feeds right into the priorities and all the information that they're going to need to do this anyway. So
I second Joe's motion.
So, based on that, is there a need to think about not doing that on the 19th and waiting until we have a new city manager?
Oh, good question.
That's a good point.
What do you think, Mike?
I mean, I don't have an opinion. I mean, I have an opinion, but I just don't know if the city manager is the person you're trying to engage in doing this. I guess you could fill them in when they got here, but I didn't know if it'd be good for them to be part of that process when the time comes.
So my opinion is the council is the one who sets the policy and the manager is supposed to implement it. And so the idea of the strategic plan is to set that policy so that whoever's coming in will have clear set expectations, not only from the council that are staying, but the council members that are coming in.
So what role would you have played in that on the 19th had you been here in that meeting?
Hopefully not much.
Okay.
Because again, I'd fill in the details, provide data, but this really is an opportunity for council to tell staff, the facilitator, and then, hey, this is what we want to see done.
I'm good with that.
I shouldn't be driving that. As an employee of the council, I shouldn't be driving that process. Do I have a lot of influence? Well, sure.
Yeah.
Because I do this every day. But I'll fill out the questionnaire like everybody has been asked to do. But ultimately, this is council's deal. This is setting the vision for the community. That's not my deal.
Other comments or questions regarding getting Midwest Municipal contracted? Roll call, please.
Moore,
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Burnett,
Yep.
Calgery,
Yes.
Drost,
yes.
Okay, that passes. That's the end of our agenda for tonight. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
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 Bye, Diana. Get well.